The news by Shaw News. I just had to take a little break from reading, right? And I said, yeah, let me jump on and blog. Come on here, get a little blogging in, right? I'm set up. So what I'm going to do is, I'm a freestyle tonight. I really didn't have no topics, but the topic I do have is, this is the eve of Thanksgiving. And I want to know, do you guys start cooking like myself? My family, we start early over here. We get it in early. We start cooking early the day before, right? Now a lot of people's not like that. Everybody's different. So that's why I said I'll jump on now because I'm going to be cooking probably all night, right? So I said let me jump on now and I'll get my reading in all night. So I took a little break from reading and get a quick blog in. Like I said, not really to discuss. I might go back into what I was speaking on earlier about Bill Haney and how he be pimping a lot of these YouTubers and shit. Because now that I'm at the desk, I can pull up some, I can pull stuff up. When I'm on the move and on the phone, it's kind of hard to, play the audio. Carlos, what's going on? I see you as we cook turkey dessert the day before. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to. That's how you're supposed to, right? I know that I grew up like that. We used to a lot of other people are different. Everybody to each his own. Normally we having Thanksgiving dinner at lunchtime. That's how I was raised, man. When them football games was playing all day long, we was eating. Then you had some people they didn't eat till the evening. That's like, damn, nah. We damn near was having Thanksgiving breakfast. Now I mean, we might get some bagels or something, and then no later than 1 o'clock we was eating. Everything was ready to go. Everything was ready to go. Shout out to Toby. I see you in the building as well. He said my mom's and used to do that when we had all the family together because more hands to help. Yeah, that's how we do, man. That's why I said I'll be up all night. I'm just taking a little break now from reading. I was like, let me get on and blog because I did want to like Bill Haney, how he out here. Like to me, Bill Haney is the illest. I want to say YouTube promoter. Like the YouTube shit he has on smash. Mainstream, not so much. But like YouTube, he can finesse the YouTubers, man. And from how he finesses the YouTubers, right? From me looking on, right, and just peeping how these guys like basically like he's the puppet master to them. It just shows me like, damn, I thought you guys have more of a, and I don't want to say this in a disrespectful way, but I just thought more of some of you guys like, man, maybe your channels ain't really as big as you guys think. If somebody could pimp you for your shit, you heard? It is what it is. But as far as like YouTubing, controlling YouTube, Bill Haney's one of the best. One of the best, right? Hands down. I'll give him that. Hands down. I'll give him that. I was talking to somebody about that today. I was like, yo, the shit that he can orchestrate and pull off on YouTube, can't nobody fuck with him, right? But I was like, I guess that's why in the mainstream and the industry, YouTube ain't really about nothing, man. It's not. That's why. And I know I get a bad rap for saying that shit, man. But I'm being honest because I'm just going off of my experience. Like I'm not big. Motherfuckers don't fuck with me on the internet. Period. Well, some people do. But I'm saying as far as like viral shit, right? Because you have a whole bunch of people that are viral. They go viral when they post shit, but yet they can't open no doors. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so what is the purpose of going viral, right? And I teach this to my kids all the time with trading and knowing your value. I'm like, if popularity, internet popularity, being famous on the internet, if that's not opening no actual doors for you, right? What is the goods of that? What is the benefit of that? You're viral, right? And a lot of these dudes tell on themselves, because if they are who they are, that's why they don't like to like nothing, share nothing. Like little shit like that you say to yourself, like, damn, dog, I thought you was popping. You can't press the like button. You don't share nothing. You be scared to comment. Why? Because you're really not popping. That's good. Because you're really not popping. McCarlo said, yeah, we have food bottle. Hell yeah. I remember like where did we go one year for Thanksgiving? Yeah, they was still cooking. I'm like, yo, man, I would have ate already like 3 times. It was late in the evening. Like, man, I'm like, y'all didn't y'all didn't cut your turkey yet. What's going on over here, man? No, we don't do that. I done ate like 3 or 4 times already. Like, what is this? What is this? But tomorrow's the big day, right? Gobble, gobble. They had me. I did a parade route today, man. For those of y'all that was fucking with me earlier. A lot of work, man. See, it cutting into my reading time. Normally I get a good read, good hour or 2 at work. I couldn't even do that today because of the parade route. And I was for the head. I didn't have a truck to dump on. It was a lot of hustle and bustle, but it is what it is. I still got the content out there. I'm definitely gonna speak on that. Because we talk boxing over here, so I want to talk about that. To me, a lot of YouTubers that talk boxing every day, you turn me off, because that's why I don't debate dudes or not. I just post now, because one thing about my posts, the right people see my shit. That's why I try to tell you internet gurus and cool real dudes on the internet, if you don't fuck with me, you're really not fucking with yourself, because the shit that I post or say, it gets to the right people that I needed to get to. And you see what happened today, right? They posted something. That's all it's about, because shit has to be talked about, right? Because you motherfuckers that talk boxing, you're not talking about it. And then y'all get mad at me when I brag, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to brag because, my man, shout out to Francisco Verno, is the number 5 WBA middleweight. And that is who we are facing. That is who they offered us, right? Let's talk boxing a little bit right now. I got time. That is who Jihad is fighting. The number 5 middleweight in the world at junior middleweight, coming off of a loss. But, don't we talk boxing? Let's talk boxing. How many other 20-year-old prospects, right, are doing these type of things? Let's be honest. How many other prospects, 20 years old, coming off of a loss, are facing guys in the top 20, let alone top 5 in a weight division higher than them? Let's talk boxing. There's 6 people in here. Do not get on mute. How many other fighters are doing that? You guys talk about Devin Haney's and Boots Ennis's and all of these guys. Were they doing that? Devin definitely wasn't. No disrespect. Devin definitely wasn't. He was in Mexico, right? I don't think Boots was doing it. EJ definitely wasn't doing it. EJ didn't turn pro till he was like 22. Probably didn't fight the top 5 guy. Who knows? Look it up. I'm not gonna do all that tonight. Like I said, I don't do all that, but I'll talk boxing. What's up? Nobody don't want to talk boxing? See, that's why a lot of y'all and you guys are gonna be mad. Because like I said, I'm gonna continue to talk my shit because the shit that I do and we're doing, a lot of people aren't doing. So if I talk too much, maybe we're doing too much. Like I said, 20 years old, coming off of a loss, being offered a fight from a fighter that is bigger than us, who is ranked high. He has a belt, I think. He has some type of belt in middleweight. Yeah, he does. He really does, man. But nobody's talking about it. So I guess I got to come on here and continue to talk about it. Shout out to WCS. WCS, my man, the boxing section, Kyle, a couple other people, man. But the rest of y'all, y'all niggas is cornballs to me, man, respectfully. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But that's what I posted about today. Let me see what else my people's hit me off with. I got a chin checker video up there right now. Man, this right here. Yeah, listen to Tim Bradley's excitement. That's why I be letting Bradley and them know. Listen to the commentators, man. Listen to the commentators on this right here, right? This is the commentators. This was the Turner Stones fight. This is when he stopped, right? Ain't Joey Spencer? Joey Spencer went the distance with this guy. Hakeem Black. Jihad stopped him. But listen to the commentators. Yeah, did you hear Timothy Bradley? Yo, see, a lot of times I don't get to hear that, man, until maybe later on that night or tomorrow, depending on how I'm moving and grooving, all right? But that was Timothy Bradley's reaction to that ass whooping Jihad put on Hakeem Black. He knew Jihad had figured him out. Yeah, Jihad beat the shit out of Hakeem Black. Then Hakeem Black proceeded to troll Jihad. Hakeem Black became like he became obsessed with Jihad. So I think when Jihad knocked him off, he might have been like 18, 19. He wasn't 20 yet. He was still a teenager. So that shit kind of fucked Hakeem Black's like it kind of fucked his mentality up, man. I remember he was going hard at Jihad on social media, saying that he was soft and he couldn't hit. I'm like, bro, man, what are you talking about? He stopped you. Yeah, you said he can't. Yeah, you said he can't punch. Yeah, he sat you down, man. Just chill, man. Yo, just chill, bro. Like you didn't make it to the bell, man. Just chill, man. But maybe that's why they got him fighting guys that he's fighting, man. I just wanted to ask that question, though. I just had to ask that question because I'm like, I come on here, man. I watched a lot of the shit that everybody talks about. Like a lot of boxing conversations and topics that are talked about really are like remedial to say the least. Some don't even matter, right? Some are like real pointless too, man. I'm trying to share it. Can I share this on my Twitter, man? Why isn't my Twitter I don't know why it's not connected, man. I don't know. Make sure y'all can hear me. Yeah, I hear me straight. So we said the poor American turkey's getting hit hard twice this time of year. Well, a lot of people like myself. We got a turkey for Christmas. It's in the deep freezer. They give out a lot of turkeys. Somebody asked me why I wasn't, because I'm trying to lean away from that, bro. Like, I do media, but I'm I'm more of I don't know, man. I'm on a different vibe. Somebody hit me up and asked why I wasn't posting nothing about the Benavidez Charlo, because I was like, that I'm not. That's those days of doing shit like that is over for me, bro. Like, I'm not. I did that. I did all that. You know, supporting all of the different the different platforms and promotional companies. I did all of that. I don't listen. My thing, to be honest, Shaw News Boxing. That's what it is now, man. Shaw News Boxing, man. I have a media company, yes. Specialize in marketing and management consulting. That's the vibes, man. As far as, that's why I come on YouTube and I flex. See, I don't say front, I say flex. Because fronting is fronting. I'm not fronting. Stuff that I talk about on YouTube, I actually do, have done, continue to do. So that's not fronting, that's flexing. So when they ask me why I haven't posted, not because it's like, for what? I did been there and done that. Like, I'm not one of these guys that looks to get a credential. I worked a couple jihad fights this year. I did the Edgar Berlanga fight, Teofimo, Shakur, right? I listen. I'm not one of these guys that is looking to work fights. I did all of that, right? And to be honest, I'm looking to do other things, and that's what I talk about. I don't, media is cool, right? I did this. Like, it's cool to me. Media is everybody could be media, but everybody doesn't have the work ethic too. That's why you see so many people, they just like to just talk boxing on the internet, because that's just and then a lot of guys that do that, they tend to, like, support who they want to support, and that's their little niche, right? It is that's cool. See, me, I'm not with all of that, man. I'm about the work. Like, I have, I'm not going to disclose, but I'm setting something up for somebody at Nationals. I was in the process of doing that. They wanted to know if I was going to be there. I was like, most likely not, because that is the same week as something else, right? And I was like, I don't think so. But Marley will be there defending his strap. That is good, man. Oh, man. I could really taste the sea moss in that, man. And I ain't even put a lot of sea moss in that. I tasted. I needed the moss. I was kind of, it's going to be one of those things, like I said, cooking. Food prepping. So, got to be up, right? But I appreciate you, the three that's in here. You know what's crazy about my lives now? People be in and out all day long on my shits, man. It kind of fucks me up, right? Because, to be honest, I'm used to this used to be like my diary, right? I used to just come on here and just vent, right? Because the book I read, what was the name of that book, right? It was a book. And then I learned this too, but this is like a form of a therapy for me, right? Because like you guys know already about me, like, my grammar as far as spelling, sometimes my spelling be off. So I'm not gonna write in a diary. This is a form of a diary. Just coming on here talking, right? And that's what I do, right? But the book that I read, they was like, you should have an outlet, right? Now, um, and it should be a positive outlet, right? I think to me, YouTubing is a positive, thing, right? Maybe not to some of the other YouTubers that discuss boxing, but for me, I think it is because see, I come on here and I, air shit out like how I did with Brian Norman Sr. Dude jumped on my page and disrespected me, but I got right on here and aired him out. Aired him out, man. Exposed them. And you know what? Look how the universe opened it up. I understand now why he was feeling the way he was feeling. Because did you hear what Timothy? That's what Timothy Bradley said about Jihad. What did he say about you? He clowned you, Senior. He clowned you. Now I see where everything came from. I see. Because Timothy Bradley was killing you. Whereas the clip I just played, he went crazy over Jihad. Yeah, right? Hopefully y'all caught that sauce, man, right? Well, let me play something that Bill Haney did, right? And why y'all not calling Bill Haney a rat right now, man? See, I got the receipts on here now, right? I got the receipts. I'm at the crib, so I can play some of the receipts, right? Y'all ain't calling Bill Haney a rat. Bill Haney out here releasing motherfucking videos and texts or whatever, DMs. I don't know whether it's a text or a DM. But y'all don't have that same energy for Bill. Why not, man? You know why y'all don't? Because y'all are on the payroll. Y'all are on the payroll. Y'all are his hoes, man. Bill got y'all on the stroll. Oh, look at Edgar. Who's Edgar trying to fight? Oh, January. Edgar said he's coming back in January. All right, Egg. Oh, Aggie. Yeah, what Eddie? I used to call him Eddie. Eddie Belanga. Oh, Edgar. Wow. Tim Bradley said Star is born after yeah, right. That's why yo, Tobe, man. Let me see if I can pin that. Hold on, Tobe. I see it. I'm gonna try to pin that, man. Let me know if I pinned it, man. Hopefully I pinned that, man. Yes, that's what he said, Tobe. That's why these guys are mad. A lot of these guys are mad at me, right? Because a lot of people really know me in the industry. They know me, media wise, and they see my growth, right? And a lot of people can't to them because a lot of them were gatekeepers. They were non-supporters. They just they didn't want to see the best for me, whether it was being a YouTuber or media. And then now I have went on to become so many other things, and they know that. And it hurts them to their hearts, boy. It hurts them to their hearts. And what you just said, Timothy Bradley said a star is born after the Tulsa fight. I was at that fight. Remember, Toe? I was there. Remember my room? You was talking about the room I had? I was there, man. A lot of these other YouTubers never been there, nowhere close to that. And with their views, Toe, and all the big things that they're doing. I was there. Remember every morning I was showing you guys the 18-foot golf course that I was getting out walking on? Because, they're an hour back. So I was still on my time. So I was getting up at like 4 in the morning. Yeah, 4, which is actually 5 o'clock daytime. But I was still getting up. And I was, going out there on the golf course and walking and just taking it all in, experiencing life. super chats and all of the popularity of speaking on boxing have yet to achieve any of these things in the game. I did all of this, right? Thank you for bringing that up, Toe. That was a great time for me. Great time, man. And then the following week, it was Shakur Stevenson's fight. And I was asked to work again. But I said, you know what? I'll go to the fight. I don't want to work. Because I'm just coming off working a full fight week. And that's a lot of work as the media marketing agent. And I also shot for Abdullah Mason that night, as well as Jeremiah Milton. Yeah, you know, there's different levels, Toe. It's different levels to this game, man. You know? Yes, I was out there, Toe, on the golf course, man. Absolutely. Every morning, man. I was getting up bright early. That's how, listen, one thing about fight weeks, when you get up bright and early, you see a lot. You see a lot more. You see guys cutting weight, shaking out. You get to see a lot. You see the executives. You meet the executives. Because one thing about, and this is for those of y'all that, well, a lot of y'all won't understand this, but most efficient people, they get up early. Their day starts early. You know, because they're doing things. They're not high and drunk and hungover. No, they're up early a lot. Like I see Mark Kriegel in the gym all the time down there on the treadmill. These guys, they working out, man. These are successful people up early in the morning, moving around, running, and just doing activities, getting the blood flow. They're not jumping on Twitter and all this shit. They might check all that shit, but they are getting to it. And I picked up on a lot of that. They are making their producer notes, seeing them, you know, drinking their espressos and all that shit, jotting down they shit for the fighter meetings and, you know, things like that. Yeah, you pick up on those things when you actually pay attention. Yes, you did. You remember that, right, Joe? You see? Look, man, I might have to pin that one. So, because how many other content creators, right? Real talk, so think about this now, right? On my level, because I'm one of the content creators that don't nobody fuck with. But how many other content creators have actually ever done something on that type of level? And remember, I even went into Robeisy Ramirez's locker room too, and wished him luck on that same live you're talking about. That same live, and he shouted the UK out. That is correct. So I remember that. Shout out to the OG in the building, Bruce Gas in the building. Yes, he did, from the locker room. Let me pin that one. Man, so you are bringing up some fond memories. I remember that, man. Listen, I had the time of my life down there in Tulsa, man. We were supposed to fight again in August, man. It was supposed to be the rematch with Nicholas Flames, but he turned it down, man. You know, we probably wouldn't have fought him in August, and then we would have been on this card in December. But he turned the fight down, bro. We couldn't even get our get back. You know, he didn't want it. You know why? Because he knows he got a gift, and you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving to him, but he didn't want it because I was so looking forward to going back to Tulsa, man. I had one of the best times there, man. I swear. It was like it was a rebirth for me, man. You know, I really started loving boxing again. But I always loved it. But I just think that fight week, it was just a different experience. And I shared that with my daughter when she interviewed me. I shared it with her. I was like, that was probably because that fight, right? That was the first time I shot ringside. The corral, they call it, right? That's what they call it, the corral. You know, now I know the name, right? But that was the first fight. And look, I'm going to put you on to how it really played out, right? I didn't want to do it, right? World Combat Sports was flying in, and I set it up where I was like, you know what? I set it up where I was like, you know what? WCS could do it, right? I was like, he could do it, right? And look how the universe works. Look how when you are a righteous, honorable person, God honors you, right? I did not even want to shoot ringside. I was like, I wasn't confident, I'm like, cause I'm nice now. You can see some of the friends I got a lot better, but my confidence wasn't there yet. I was just like, yo, I'm good just shooting like the weigh-ins and shit like that, and look how it played out, right? I was like, I'm not gonna disclose the people because you guys don't have no connects. You guys ain't in the game, You guys are famous YouTubers and social media people that don't really know nobody. So, but I told the people that are in charge, right? I was like, we made the arrangements. I was like, you know what? Scotty, that's his real name, Scotty Way. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be the Team Tucker photographer. I was like, he's gonna be the Team Tucker photographer, right? I was like, I'm good. I'll just take my regular credential and I'll shoot from the rafters, but there was no real rafters there. And when we went to go do this, right? Look at how God works, right? When we went to go do this, I'm not gonna disclose the people because you guys don't know nobody. You guys are you. I'm a nobody, but I know a lot of people. They was like, you know what? Our opponent, Nikolai, he did not have a photographer, right? So she said I could shoot out of his corner, right? So now I'm able to shoot ringside. And in the mix of me doing that, I also ended up shooting for, like I said, Abdullah Mason, and as well as Jeremiah Milton, Dreamland Milton. I shot for him too, but I could have shot for so many other fighters. But I was just always in the locker room. I was in the locker room. You're right, Toby. I was back and forth, and I shared that with my daughter. I was like, yo, that was like the best experience because WCS will tell you, and I'm gonna ask one day when WCS is doing one of his things, I'm gonna jump in this chat. And I'm gonna be like, yo, man, break down the experience, because you know about this. You've been a part of this. When you have your pass, the corral pass, right? One thing about the corral pass, right? You're a different type of guy, man. You're in the locker room. You're able to get frames, and you're able to work. And thank you for sharing that, Toby. When you said you got the shout out, because I was in the locker room. I'm in the locker room. I'm in the back. The security's not saying, yo, you can't go back there. They're not doing that to you. You know what I'm saying, Tom? They're not doing that. When you got that, you're the team, right? So they're not saying, hey, buddy, where you going? You're going back and forth. You're working, And that's what I was able to do. But thank you for sharing that, Tom, in the comments, because that definitely did bring back those memories, man. Very, very fond memories, right? And I listen, I did the same thing in Ohio, but see the reason why Ohio, it was good times, but we called it L. They Jihad lost, so that kind of sticks with me as well. But Ohio was great too. It was great. The only thing I hated about Ohio was driving home that next morning. 8 hours though. I was moving, all of us. It was me, Jihad, Marley, Coach Reen, his girl. Jihad didn't even want to fly back. He drove back with us, and I was honored. But it was like, man, I was moving, man. Going there was great. Everybody slept. Reen and Marley slept. But I got us there. Because remember, that was when it was the wildfires. Remember the Canadian wildfire? So every one of my flights got canceled, bro. And I was like, WCS got stuck in, he was stuck in Newark. He got there after the weigh-ins. He missed everything, but he made it for the fight. But his flight, like, yo, that would have been me. But I said, yo, fuck it. I drove. I knew it was going to be like that. because I had my first flight got canceled because of the storms and shit. I was like, oh man, they about to fuck me. And that was God again, because Coach Ream wanted to go so bad, right? And she ended up being a part of it. Her and Marley, they drove with me, because I was like, nah, Ream, you can't go. I'm flying. And I ended up driving, and they drove with me. It was a great experience, man. I had a good time getting there. I think I got there in a little under 10 hours, like nine, because I stopped. You know, they when they woke up and we was in Pennsylvania, you know, they wanted to get something to eat, and we got something to eat, got more gas, and then, you know, that's why I took. But coming home, I got home at 8.5 hours. I was moving. I got through Ohio. We left at like 6 in the morning. Meow. I was out. Meow. That was a great experience too. Shout out to Ohio. Had a good time in downtown Toledo. You know, this has been my year in boxing, man. Great memories, networking, learning the game, asking a lot of questions. The News by Shy News, giving you guys content and interviews and still frames. Also learning other aspects of the game. Shy News Boxing, media, marketing, management, consulting service. 3%, man. And it was great exposure, like I said, for both the next generation of Sauce, Shy News Boxing, Coach Reen and Jamali Tucker. You know, because like I said, Coach Reen is most likely going to be his publicist, because this is a family-oriented business, right? And, you know, Jamali Tucker, you know, most likely will be one of the Shy News Boxing, you know, fighters. It is what it is. And shout out to everybody that knows the game, right? If you know the game, you know the game, right? You know, Jihad should have been our fighter, right? But unfortunately, you know, Jihad was the prototype. But now that, like, this is a free consultation right here, right? Once you learn the game, right? Especially if you're a student of the game, right? And you know, you start learning the game. Like, I'm gonna speak on like this media-wise. Like, I learned the game, learn how to do an interview. I learned how to set up interviews. Now I learn how to be a photographer. When you start learning things, the more things you learn, the more things you know, the less you need others to do these things for you. So now, learning the other side of the game as far as management and setting up fights and having people's numbers via matchmakers and things like that. You know, you learn. You got to learn this stuff. Hopefully y'all are catching this on. Let me see what you're saying, Talk. What'd he say? He said the huge room Top Rank put up. God could get himself. Oh, yeah. Remember, the old me? Yo, if XWCS, yo, the ladies, listen, man. And they talk about I'm ugly. Man, listen. The niggas be telling me I'm ugly. I don't get that from the women. Because the women that was on my floor, the housekeepers and all that, yeah, they was taking care of me in Tulsa, man. Now, if I was a sleazeball, a guy like that steps out on their wife, I could have got in trouble. I had a double. You know what a double is? A double is when you have two large beds. I slept on all of them. Now, I was in my bag, right? One night I slept on this one, the next night I slept on. Now I was just in my bag, man. I mean, I had a nice, you know, it comes with the job. It's the perks of the job, right? Had a nice room, man. Toledo, yeah. Remember that Coach Green was snoring her ass off, boy, like a grizzly bear. Me and her we had a blast, man. Like, Coach Reem, that reminded me of, they've been on a couple of the fights. That reminded me of the Turner Stones Casino. When we was at the Turner Stones, oh my God. It was so cold up there. That was in January, man. God, yo, listen, I don't think I left the hotel maybe about twice. I left the hotel. That's how cold it was. It was like, nah. It's different up there. I think I left the hotel twice. One time when we had to go get like we went to like their Walmart up there. It's some other name. That was it. I was in man, it was too cold, bro. We went to KFC one time and I messed around and left. Yo, this is how cold it was. I always remember the Turner Stones, right? When we went to KFC, this was after the weigh on Friday. And I got Reem and the side, we all got some food. We was already cooking and everything too. I left my drink in the parking garage, right? That comes with the meal. Yeah, it wasn't 5 minutes, right? This is how cold it was up there. I was like, oh shit, my drink. I left the room to go get my drink in from the parking garage. That shit was a block of ice. Hawaiian punch. Yo, I kid you not. It was sitting in the car for 5 minutes, turned into a block of ice. That's how free I was. Man, nah. Great experience though. The mountains up there, beautiful. I bet you it was so nice up there in the summertime because it's nice. It is, but the winter time is just it's not the vibes, man. And then the blizzard was coming, but we got out of there early. The next morning we was down that mountain, made it back. Made it back. But that was a great experience with the girls. And then the balcony, of course. But that the Stewart Hotel is like home. That's like home. They never made it to Vegas yet, to the MGM Grand. That was me and Marley. So, but those are the times with the girls that let them experience the life of a media marketing agent. Their father. But Ohio Reem was definitely snoring. I wasn't. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. One thing about Reem, I like bringing Reem as well as Messiah too. But Reem always gets the free food. They like Reem, man. We was getting, they was taking care of us at the downtown Toledo Hilton restaurant down there, giving us free pizza. And, they take care of it. Well, the coffees and all that is free if you're a guest, which we were guests. Like the tea, the coffee, that's all free. But like the actual restaurant, you got to pay for that food. They was looking out for Reem, man. I mean, Reem was getting those hotel pizzas, man. It was good too. It was good. It was good. He said, "I've been there for some great memories with you." Yes, you have, Joe. You are a true supporter of the Source Experience. You're not an internet weirdo by no means. You are a true boxing fan. You are a true boxing supporter. You was there. Remember when I did? Look, look how far we came, our journey, right? A lot of those stuff that I was doing, I didn't have the equipment that I have now, right? I didn't have the cameras. Like the Turner Stones, I didn't have the cameras. Those were all off the phone. When I did my own Behind the Source, when we went to the fighter meetings, that was the first fighter meetings that I ever attended. So it was like cool for me, yo. I mean, my daughters, they was in the room with Marley and Bam Bam and all them. And I went to the fighter meetings with Jihad the first time when they did the photo shoot. That was like the MLK thing when they did I got to see. There's a lot of shit that I've been experiencing. That's why I come on here and I talk so much shit. Because these dudes haven't done a third of the stuff that I've done, man, and been around and experienced. And every time I'm around these things, I was always asking questions. Yo, what does that do? Why did you do that? Oh, that's okay. Yo, can I try to do that? Can you show me how to do? That's the stuff I'll be on, man. Can you show me how to do that? Yeah, man. But shout out to the journey, man. Yes, all the sweets. Oh, forget about it, man. Listen. I got some bad memories up there, boy. Because that's I'm going on 10 months now, alcohol free. But those days I was still getting my sip on, man. The Remy Martin, and Moet and all that. I used to have all of that, man. Because the Stewart Hotel, the Stewart Hotel is like a to be honest, you're talking to somebody, told you was there, you experienced all this with me. You're talking to an executive, man. I was his executive status. So after those victories, right, I'm popping champagne, man. I'm overlooking the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm overlooking the city. I'm popping champagne, man. I got the Remy Martin. I got the Moet. I'm chilling, man. We on the top floors. What these guys be talking about, man? I talk too much. No, I'm doing too much. I'm living. But yeah, those were the days, Told. I no longer drink now, but when I remember those nights, boy, man, you just brought up some memories right there, Told. You said the balconies, yes. Remember when my kids? Did you see that one with me when they got to experience that? I think my daughter interviewed. That's when she interviewed Timothy Bradley. But then I had to interview Champ 5 on the balcony. Yeah, I had my own personal balcony, man. I sat out there, right? I remember that was the Joe Smith card, right? But I had a balcony for all of them. But I remember the Joe Smith card because my girls was with me, right? So after they fell asleep, because the Stewart is the spot, man. The Stewart Hotel, you get your own kitchen. The Stewart is different. You got your own kitchen, so you could bring food. We still bring our own food and cook and chef up. Then you got pots and pans. Them shits is like apartments, right? So after I got my kids all settled in, right? They was out. They was out. I went out there on the balcony. I had the Remy. I had the motherfucking Moet all on ice, because you got a real room, bro. It's like big refrigerator, all that. I sat out there on that balcony, right? Yo, I sat out on that balcony with my 2 bottles, Told, right? I glanced over. I was just looking. I was like, yo, man, these motherfuckers always talking about shy this and shy that. And you know who I reflected on? I reflected on the EJs. I reflected on all of the people that tried to diminish all the work that I had done. And I said, look at me now. And then I went back to the doorway, and I looked at my kids in there sleeping, right? And I was just like, damn. I was like, man. I thought about YouTube. I said, yo, these clowns on YouTube, right? That's why I come on YouTube. I come on YouTube flexing. I don't front. See, when you fronting. This is flexing. I come on YouTube like, yo, these clowns on YouTube always disrespect me, look over me, talk down on me. But they not doing nothing like me, close to the things that I'm doing in the sport of boxing. And then I sat right back out there on that balcony, and I was sipping on that Moet. I was sipping on that Moet, man. Oh, yeah, it was. XWCS. Then the last fight, we didn't get the fight last December. I had the rum chata and the Hennessy. You know who else I'll be getting? Yo, my man, he's a wine drinker. He came out there with me, Joe Dini. Joe Dini always be jealous of my rooms. Ever since we was in Vegas, he was jealous, right? But especially at the Stewart, because he never had a balcony. He was like, yo, I want a balcony. I'm like, yo, bro, be happy that you have a room, right? That's how you got to be on it, right? That's how I would have been on it, right? If I didn't have a balcony and I still had a room, I would have been happy. You know why? Because I'm on the shit. I'm on the shit. If you're on the shit, see, a lot of people mentality. You know why? Because they're not official. One thing about an official person is, if you know you're on the boat, you're on the ship, you're good, right? But other people be like, man, they could be on the ship, and they could be like, yo, man, why you got the suite? And I got a double bunk. So what? You're on the ship though, right? I didn't say that when we was in the MGM Grand, and it was me and Marley in the room. I was loving it. You know why I was loving it, right? Because when Marley would go to sleep, you know what I had parked downstairs? A big 600 Benz. Yeah, y'all see me in that too, right? Look, I'm fronting. I'm talking too much now. Then y'all see me in that when Marley was 10 years old. That big 600 Benz that I was riding up and down the Las Vegas Strip. Then you seen Jay Prince driving it. That big boy. That's a big boy. Right? Everywhere we was going, right? We was pulling. They was like, look at the wheels. They was like, look at the wheels. I still don't got my West Coast accent good, man. But that's how they be talking out there in the West, the Wild Wild West. Those were some crazy nights too, man. The MGM Grand. You know, yeah, I don't know if you was fucking with me then, so because maybe you was, maybe you was. I don't think I was like heavy as I am now on the YouTube scene with the blogging. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, I might have been, but not like how I do now. Come on here, flexing hard. You know what I'm saying? I was in and out a little bit. You know, but yeah, I did the George Jefferson. That's what you see me. I had the 600 in front of the MGM Grand. I was feeling like Iron Mike Tyson. Yo, Mike Tyson used to have it like that. But the only thing I ain't have no tiger. I was just missing the tiger. But I had the 600 all in front of the MGM Grand. Yo, Joe Dini was in there with his Mark Wet. Yo, Joe Dini's a wine drinker. He had his bottle of wine. I had the big boy park right in front of the MGM Grand before they locked us in the bubble. Before they, once you get locked in the bubble, you was in the bubble, man. But before that, we was free to move around, man. But then when they shut us down in the bubble, man, it was like we were shut down to after fight night. After fight night, it was wide open again. That's when you see me. Shout out to Cousin Buddy. I called Cousin Buddy on an early morning stroll. He was getting on his red eye, taking off, and that's when I asked him about Jihad, and he said what he said about Jihad. Because you know me, I always get up early. Every city we go to, I get up early and touch the pavement. So I had got up. I was walking around the Vegas Strip a little bit, and going back to the room, I seen Buddy. Buddy was out. He was catching the shuttle to head back to Florida. And that's when I chopped it up with him and got that interview. And he was like, tunnel vision. And that's what the Source is all about, tunnel vision. That's why I continue to step in front and flex and front. Because, the ones that be like, you talk too much is because I'm flexing too much. I flex too much, man. He said, I seen the clips, but I missed that by a few. Yeah, man. Yo, the MGM Grand was, we all was together. Look, that one I flew out there with Richard Comey, right? Me and Richie was on the flight because Jihad and them was already out there. Jihad, Joe Dini, who else? Marley and them was already there. They was already there because Jihad was he finished training camp out there. So I came like fight week, and great thing for me when I flew, I was on the flight with Uncle Dre, Gary Starks, and Richard Comey. We all flew together. We all arrived. They picked me up. It was like Shotters, right? Yeah, when I got there, I landed. It was like the movie Shotters. I seen them pull up in the big 600 bed. I said, "Oh, we moving like that?" I was like, "All right, say less." I was like, "Say less." I said we had the 600. I said, "Oh man," and that's what you see. Me and Marley was studying. I roll over to Mayweather's gym. Know what I mean? You know what I mean? We was all over. That's what you see. This right here. Look. All right. Receipts. Receipts, right? Since y'all be thinking I'll be front. Here's a receipt. Look. Yo, this is around that time. I was moving and grooving.
Jerry Anderson, man. Shout out Jackal Fitness.
Appreciate you, champ. Thank you.
Blessed and happy to be active during everything that's going on.
Yeah, definitely, man. You get a lot of praise, man, from top hitters in the game, such as Tyson Fury. He's a world champion, man, defeated Deontay Wilder. That man gave you high praise and credit as to getting ready. Just speak on that, man, the accolades that come with that and A lot of people saying you the next one, the next great American heavyweight, man. Just speak on that real quick.
Yeah, man, you got to give credit when due. I'm thankful that he did. You know what I'm saying? I don't speak on myself. I let others do it for me. And when they see hard work and determination and they see skill, you know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. You know, he just giving credit when due. So I'm thankful that he was able to speak the truth about me and
been in that ring right there. See, sometimes when you talk too much, you got to show too much. You know how many world champions been in that ring right there? And 702. That's Vegas, right? Ain't that the Vegas area code? 702. But you know how many world champions been in that ring right there? That was the world famous Mayweather Boxing Club right there. And the other one before that was Capitiella spot. Shout out to his son probably most likely be down at the Nationals too. The Vargas brothers train out there. A lot of good fighters train out of those gyms there. Capitiella's gym as well. That CMOS hit the spot, man. I got so much energy now. And I had it on the rocks, right? It was a nice tea blend on the rocks. On the rocks. That's what you hear, the ice. But listen, I got 3 more minutes. I'm going to wrap this up, man. I gave you my hour. I want to get back into my books. But Toby, man, thank you for coming in here and you know, bringing me back down memory lane with some of your comments. You know, you took me down memory lane. What? 17 days away now, right? Jihad Tucker, number 5, man. Number 5 guy in the world, man. Please talk about it, man, because I listen. This is a big fight, man, and I don't want y'all to be mad at me, man. Like, because like I talk boxing. See, a lot of y'all don't talk boxing. I talk boxing. He's fighting the number 5 guy middleweight in the world. He's fighting the highest ranked guy on this card. You know, on the card. So don't tell me I talk too much, man. Please, like anybody that says that about me exposes who they really are. Especially if you claim to be somebody in boxing or somebody that likes boxing. I talk too much? No, maybe I do too much. Yeah, I think I do too much. You know?
Good video. Let's go.
You know the vibes.
Who is Jihad Tucker?
You know the vibes. Yo, what I told Mo, he's getting the knockouts, right? He's getting the knockouts tonight. Jihad, that's right, man. You know the vibes.
You know the vibe.
Up. Yeah.
Again, man. That was Vegas, man. Man, yo, listen. I relapsed in Vegas, man. That was when I relapsed, man. I was doing good, man. I was doing good, and I had stopped drinking, and I relapsed, man. I relapsed in Vegas. That fight week right there. I mean, I was getting into too much trouble, man. It was, Vegas will do it to you, bro. I don't think it'll do it to me now, right? Because like I said, I was at Tulsa. It's the same type of shit. A casino. If y'all know anything about a casino, right? There's nothing but alcohol and women and all that shit around you, bro. All of that shit is around you in the casino. And I was in the MGM Grand, and I relapsed. But this time, I was strong in Tulsa. I was strong. He said Jihad gonna be a different animal now. Oh yeah, they're gonna see. They're gonna see the demon come out of him. The demon. That's why he took the fight. Man. He has a chip on his shoulder. You know, he has a chip on his shoulder. Because who else? Listen, who else is taking a fight like that? Right, coming off a loss, right? And they say, "Oh, yo, you can fight this guy right here. He's the number 5 WBA ranked middleweight." You know, you just lost though. Look, you just lost. You just took your first loss as a professional at 20 years old. You know, we're not going to throw you a soft touch. We're going to throw you right in there with a guy that's even better than the guy you lost to. Let's talk boxing, man. See, y'all don't talk boxing because a lot of y'all probably wanted Jihad to lose, and he knows that now. He knows that. You know, a lot of y'all didn't want to see him win. You know, and that's why when it happened, I know the people. I know the people, right? Like I said, I'm just waiting. It's the time and the place to speak on a lot, but I know the people, right? Because to say that, and I watch that fight all the time, to say that he lost that fight 6-2, because that's what one of the judges had it. And every time I watch it, I'm trying to find those 6 rounds. You know, I'm trying to find those 6 rounds. I'm like, damn, my man had it. Yo, he gave Flay 6 rounds. I'm looking, man. Other judge had it 4-4 even, the draw. Other had it 5-3. But the judge that had it 6-2, I'm like, damn. You know, I was shooting the fight. So I'm like, maybe I saw something different from shooting it. So when I kept watching it and watching, I'm like, man, nah, it just didn't sit right with me. He's at 154, Toe. The fight is at 154. The dude's coming down to 154. But he's the 160 pounder, man. Ranked number 5 in the WBA. At 160. He has a belt too. He has some form of, you know them little international and shit like that. They got a belt though, man. He's certified. Yep, he's certified. And nobody's talking about it, man. You see, they made a post today. They had to make that post because I talked about it. I was waiting to see who's going to talk about it, man. That's all. I was just waiting. I'm like, yo, none of y'all niggas is going to talk about it. Like I said, shout out to Combat and Kyle, and yo, after the rest of y'all niggas, man. Don't listen. After December 9th and all that, please don't. A lot of y'all going to try to jump back on the shit. Nah. Not happening. It's not happening. In order to jump back on the ship, like I told y'all, right? 10%. It's 10%, man. Didn't I tell you the stats was going up, right? Didn't I tell y'all? See? I told y'all. Y'all into the wrong views. Y'all into the wrong shit. You know, December 9th, when he knocks off a number 5 ranked fighter in the world, 3 of y'all in here, y'all don't think my fee should be for upcoming fighters that want to fuck with me? You know, 10%. But if I like you, maybe 7, right? But if I'm part of a movement, and like I said, 17 bright lights, none of the Chitlin Circus shit. Bright lights. Second fight as a pro, Lomachenko, Lopez card. Yeah, John Tucker. We did that. See, these are my accolades, stats that I'm a part of. So if I say, man, I could do this for you, I could do that for you, but I need my percent. And if I say now he knocks off this guy and that guy, young, 11 fights in, we fighting top 5 guys, and somebody wants to work with me, and I'm like, yo, I'm a part of this. They like, I need my percent because this is what I have accomplished and done in the game so far. So when you're talking to me, you're talking to somebody later for what you think on this YouTube shit. When you're talking to me as an executive, consultant, media, marketing, management, services, these are the things that my resume reads. See, you weirdos and internet suckers and haters was reading the wrong resume. But maybe y'all wasn't. Y'all was reading the right resume. It's just that when you are a snake, a weasel, and you don't really fuck with somebody because you say they talk too much, but then when they start showing too much and really doing what they talking about, what does that make you look like? Especially if you're so-called a boxing fan, right? A boxing fan, right? So yes, I think after December, especially, you know, with Marley becoming a 4-time national champion and things of that nature, I think my percentage for upcoming fighters that want the Source experience, that want Sha News to do some of the things that Sha News boxing does, the percentage is up, man. They're not, and I said you might as well lock in now, like the 3 people that's in here for 3%, because as the stats go, so do the percentage go. He said December 9th, that's the Haney. Yes, it is. It's both. Both of the fights are the same night. Well, I think so, Toe. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about the top ranked card is free. The top ranked card is free. And speaking on that, let me say this, right? So great. I'm glad you brought that up, right? Somebody informed me. I didn't want to report on this because, like I said, shout out to Team Rougarou, right? But somebody informed me. Remember when they had the initial press conference? You know, they sold 9,000 seats. 9,000 seats, right? Since that time, they are, I think they might have just got to 12,000 now. So you mean to tell me from the initial press conference, pre-sales, that was the pre-sales, 9,000. They only sold 3,000 seats since. That's not good, right? Is that good? Is that good? That's not good. I'm only bringing that up because, you know, we was talking about Shakur's ticket sales and all that shit. That's not good. If you had 9,000 sold, I would have thought you would have been sold out by now. Because that's half of the venue, 9,000. It's half, right? That's where the Golden State Warriors play. I think it's like 18,000, maybe 20,000, give or take, right? So 9 is a little under half, maybe half, right? They only did a quarter after that. What's going on? Come in. Oh, great. CEO. CEO on the side, you did your nails tonight. They look nice. So go dry them off, though. Yo, CEO on the side didn't want to go to the studio. We have a new location where we record at, but she didn't want to go tonight. You know, because I know tomorrow we're definitely not going, and you know, because I'm trying to incorporate them more. Now it's their time. Their time is coming, man. Their time is coming. Yeah, you know, you always get Toby. Why do you throw that in, Louis? You trying to be funny? Block him. Look. That's how these other idiots would be like, block him. You know, you trying to be funny. We know it's free for you guys over there because they bought the bid or whatever. It's free for y'all, but we gotta pay over here. The United States, and most likely, hopefully the pay-per-view does good. But Devin Haney Promotions is with LDBC Promotions. You know how that goes. Them dudes don't really support boxing. You know, they don't support boxing. They you know, those guys ain't with the business. Those guys are frauds.
This is the news by Sha News. is the news by Shy News.
News by Shy News, man. You know, sending the shout outs. You know, we getting them all out. We getting them all out. Tobe says, I thought the tickets were slow when they said they were at, man, yeah, that's where they're at right now, man. But listen, how do you sell 9,000 pre-sale? They're not moving, man. They're not moving. And I think, you know what? I think Devin bought that on himself, bro. That is a Shy News boxing model. You know, we have Shy News Boxing is a conglomerate, man. Now, I mean, the news by Shy News. We have models too, man. That is a model. And shout out to Top Rank. I learned from the rank, right? You know, you got to learn, man. I've been in the game now, Toby. I learned. You got to listen. You got Top Rank has the knockouts. I have the news by Shy News girls. You know what I'm saying? Got to have them, man. Every superhero should have them, right? I'm a boxing superhero, whether they want to believe it or not, right? But yeah, if you hit out off the gate with 9,000 and now you're at that, but I think Devin Haney jinxed himself, man, because he was running his mouth, man. Remember, he was all on Twitter shooting shit like fronting on Shakur, you know. And I was saying that to some people. I was like, yo, he needs to chill because you know you got to sell pay-per-views, brother. Like you gotta, your fight gotta sell, man. You go out there and lay an egg with no pay-per-view numbers, bro. Listen, man, your pops could jump on YouTube and get as many channels, the Boxing Voice and all these other dudes, the run plays is not gonna help, man. If you don't do the numbers that you need to do, you know. But you know that fight is 17 days away too. That fight is 17. Look. Everything that I learned the business fast, right? Top Rank has the lovely Tiana right here, right?
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimuhilua. I'm a Top Rank knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
Yo. Executive producer credit goes to Toby. Listen, I am going to extend it now. And let me pin that. Man, Toby, I am going to extend the live a little bit because one thing about my how I rock and roll, right? Since you brought that up, I am going to speak on that, right? I am going to speak on that, Toby. And I'm glad you brought that up, right? I am glad you brought that up. Yes, Bill Haney went at him. Remember that. That is a fact. That is a fact, right? Bill Haney called him a culture vulture, said he is bad for the whatever, right? Ellie Setback told people not to buy him when Bill called him out. He most certainly, likely, definitely did. You know that, man. I'm glad I had to highlight that. I pinned that comment. I strongly believe that as well. Because one thing about Ellie Setback, that's why I was waiting. Remember, I did a piece on this, man. But I said, I'm not, Bill doesn't own my channel. He doesn't donate to my channel. So I didn't really go hard, like, but I was looking to see if these other guys were going to go hard. The ones that he supports and represents, they did not. You know why they did not? And I did the live one. I said, yo, Ellie got you niggas shook. Ellie is a powerful man in the media industry, period. Ellie comes from an affluent family, right? So a lot of times, and I know this, right? Speaking from my experience, not dealing with Ellie, but dealing with people that have influence. When people have influence, right? they can do things to make it hard on you. They can blackball you. They can say, oh, and you know, a lot of times we spoke on this when my run-ins with Earl Spence and them. You know what they did? They tried to make it hard on me. You know, but then they realized, like, damn, I'm anointed. You can't stop me. You're not gonna stop me. Only thing you're gonna do is curse yourself, and that's what we seen take place July 29th. And you know, but they can make it hard for you, bro. They could blackball you. They can tell people not to fuck with you. And a lot of times, you know, we don't live in a world now where people will not mess with you out of fear of other people not messing with them. And it's unfortunate that's the society that we live in. So yes, I do think, Toby, that, you know, could be part of what happened. You want to go outside? Look, my dog wants to go outside. Girls, why are you not letting her outside? Good energy. If y'all give me that lighter. The one that I bought from the dollar store.
I didn't even know where it was.
It's up there. Good energy. Good energy. Good energy. Got it? Got it? Good energy.
I'll try to blanket in here.
It's not. That's Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo though.
Yeah, but I don't want to find that.
All right. Yes, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. You know, we like I said, we in the process of cooking. So you know, that's what I'm doing. I got my I'm about to light my candles now. Look, y'all, I went over my time. Y'all. You know, I try to keep my, you know, y'all listen, we got a little spot now, man. I wanted to broadcast there tonight, man. I'm trying to get Messiah going, man. But they get lazy, man. My kids are lazy, bro. You know, they're lazy. I wanted her to do to run the show tonight. She was on her laziness. Very lazy. Cause I got some good feedback, right? You know, she asked me a couple of questions on over the weekend, right? And I got some good feedback. So I wanted to incorporate her some more tonight, but she didn't want to go, man. She did not want to go because it's a good setting. I like the setup over there. It's not big, so it's not intimidating, but it's big enough where you can record, and it's a professional setting, you know. But maybe we get over there. Like I said, I'm out of work. I don't go back to work till Monday. I should have put in for Monday as well, but you know me, I haven't taken a sick day or nothing all year. I've just been in my bag. He said, Bill caught Ellie out because he got subs on YouTube and thought he caught. Yo, you know why he called him out? Because he's not pushing his narratives either, though, man. He's not. That's why, man. And he knows that, like, see, the guys that push the Bill Haney narratives, other than the Boxing Voice and Fight Hub, their range, they don't cross over. They're and it's showing right now, like, these guys don't move the needle, man. But I've been told you that from with Wilder, man. And that's why a lot of, like, see, I always knew when it came to me that I was gonna be all right. And I figured that out a long time ago, right? And I was cool with that, right? Toby, if you're still in here. Because I knew when shit went left with Earl Spence and them, and I stayed on my square, I didn't bow down. I was on here boisterous, fuck them, calling them out for being what they are that eventually got showed out to be, right? I knew. I was like, you know what? I don't care, though. Because I realized then that I would not be successful as a YouTuber, right? But then when I looked at the demographics of this, right? Hopefully I said that word right. I realized that most content creators, YouTubers, that people deem to be the shit, don't got nothing going on in boxing, right? Nothing going on in boxing. Like a lot of things that we just talked about, told on this live. Some of the more popular YouTubers can't come on here and do this and talk on some of these things. That's why I talk too much. But no, I'm doing too much. But yet, what they can talk about is doing nothing for them in the game of boxing. Whereas, you see what I'm talking about? Consulting, having my own practice now, recruiting more fighters, upping my percentage, you know, as far as working with them, brokering shit for them. I need a bigger percentage. These YouTuber niggas can't do that. They talk, some of them may try to front and talk about it, but where are the actual receipts? Where are the stats? Whereas I could show stats. Man, that candle smells good. I'm gonna have to go get a couple more though. What time is? Oh yeah, I still got time. I can show the stats, man. But thank you for that comment though about Ellie's setback. That was you're accurate though, man. You know, listen, Ellie's not Ellie. They put Ellie into boxing, man. Ellie was an NBA guy, bro. He's like barbershop conversation. See, a lot of these guys that end up on the YouTube scene, they be other people, man. They just, you know what it is. They couldn't cut the mustard where they was at. And they was like, yo, listen, don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of you, because that's what they do. People take care of their people, right? And they set them up in boxing. And Ellie's been one of the biggest boxing reporters reporting for forever, right? Forever. But that's cool, man. You know, if that's what you do, right? It's like barbershop. Barbershop was like the black Ellie setback. But you see, they clipped his wings quick. Now he's doing basketball. He's back to his love. But he was a basketball guy from the jump. But he still talks boxing, man. You know what, man? Deep down inside, he still wants to be a part of the boxing game, right? But he took the wrong deal, man. And I always, every once in a while, I'll get at him in his comments and be like, yo, man, I thought you was going to be a manager. I thought you was going to do other things, man. you know. But I just think like with him, right? He was living off the hog. He probably doesn't eat pork, but you know what I mean by living off the hog. Like he was in with them, man. And then when the shit happened with Sean Porter's dad and Keith Thurman's dad, and then Kelly Swanson, and then he seen that he really wasn't in with them because they didn't take his side. It was over. It was over. You know? I'm reading your comment, So. Give me a second. So said, yeah, Allie went to the USA for basketball, then started doing basketball interviews, and then found boxing was easy to get content. Yeah, and then he also alleged. Let me get my vocabulary right. Allegedly, you know, he was getting the donations from the basketball players, and at the time, the commissioner, maybe Adam Silverman or David Stern, most likely Adam Silverman, they found out. Because, you know, the NBA players, they got the bread, bro. That tax write-off for them is nothing. And that's what they was doing. That's what, alleged. You got to say alleged. He was doing, and he got bounced out the league as being a beat writer, a beat reporter for the NBA. But he had it good. Yo, to go from the NBA, listen, who would do that, bro? Why would you even want to fuck with boxing? Boxing is the bottom of the food chain, bro. That's why I always knew like media was cool for me, but I was like, nah, I would never try to be like the media guys, right? Are some of the like, just look on YouTube. It's that's media. Like, dudes are like are like scumbags, bro. Like for a credential, you know what I'm saying? For a goddamn credential, bro. Like for an interview, for access, like man. And like I said, a lot of these guys ain't really getting no real money, man. Not to the point where you need to move like that. Like I don't. And who Combat says this a lot. I don't see no dudes retiring off of YouTube, bro. Only one that I seen do it, but he does content still, but not boxing content. Dante Boxing Nation. He moved. He left the States though. He left. He's doing other shit, but he's out. He's not even in the country no more. But all these other guys, the ones that you think is getting money, nah, man. They be out here. They losing their mind to try to stay in the argue rhythm. That's why I tell you, man, this internet shit going viral. Good luck. What is it doing for you? Go viral. Go for it. Go for it. See what happens for you. You'll be right on here hating, mad. Like, oh, man, he talks too much. No, you're not doing enough. You're just trying to go viral. That's just not the way. But, hey, what do I know? What do I know? I've been on for an hour and a half. Appreciate everybody in here vibing with me. You know, vibing out. And I got a lot of drops from the ladies now. Look, I got my own Shy News models. Look.
The news.
I got the Shy News models now, man.
Shout out to Source Talk Podcast.
Send in the drops. You know, we get them out. We get the drops on. You know, the Lovely was the first one to set it off for me. See, once she set it off, I really stopped fucking with the around the ways and all that. But then I said, you know what, I can't forget where I come from. I gotta open the door back up to you know, the day one supporters. But when I always wanted to get drops like the ones I got now from, you know, the around the ways and all that, right?
This is the news by Shy News.
And the support from the regular people, right? And then I got, you know, people like this to give me drops. I was like, yo, fuck y'all, right?
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimonteloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
When I got the drop from her, and she's Miss America, right? I'm like, come on, man. I was asking you around the way for ladies forever. Now I don't need y'all, right? I was like, yo, come on, man. Do you see who I got? I got multiple drops from her. And then you know why I fell back from using hers? Because I started seeing other content creators run with my style. Yeah, come on, man. They wasn't even thinking about these type of moves because they're not marketers. They're not in the, they don't do what I do. They claim they do. They do this. They buy views. They're into trying to go viral. I'm into trying to grow a real brand, a real, enterprise. And that's what you see taking place now with my children, with my nephews, with my nieces. It's a family thing now. It is truly a family thing. And we are blessed. And I thought I was doing that earlier, but thank God he revealed to me who people really are and the actual people that want to see me win and succeed. And that's what you see taking place now. I took a good hour and a half break from reading. I'm going to get back into some reading. Yeah, but shout out to everybody that came through, man. Bruce, I see you again, OG. Toby, as always. I want to share this. Let me see if I can pull it up, man. This right here, man. I remember this movement right here. This was the end of the movement. I got the short up. I probably ain't gonna be able to pull it up, but I'll let you hear the audio. The Chin Checkers, Jadon Carrington and Curtis Stevenson, man. They were like the baddest things, right? And they was tearing the game up, man. But he took a fight, man, and got clipped in the first like 20 seconds of the fight. He got hit with a left hook and never recovered. And I did my video on that today, a little short. I'm gonna play it, man, because it's like I was paying homage to these guys because I remember they had the movement, man. They had the movement in New York. Jadon Carrington, the Chin Checkers. Listen. The news, my shot news. I remember this like it was yesterday. The Chin Checkers, man. One half of the Chin Checkers took a bad L this night. They never recovered. As seen right here. This is boxing, man. Brutal. The news, my shot news.
Really or less. Alex Sweetness green, black and gold, and in the blue, Jadon Cockerton hasn't hit double digits as a pro, but 9 out of 9 all KOs. And here's Green, he promised to go inside, and he started, and he is right. Cockerton's gold and left.
Man, he was 9-0. The Chin Checkers, man. But the Chin Checkers will always be a powerful movement coming out of Brooklyn. It was a powerful movement, man. He got hit with a left hook, and he never recovered from. But shout out to the Chin Checkers, Curtis Stevens and the squad, man. Curtis Stevens and the squad. Definitely check out that short that I put up, and continue to watch the growth of Shaw News Boxing, media, marketing, management, consulting services, man. The percentage is only going to go up. Right now, it's at 3%, man. We are recruiting more right now, The stats are all over the game, man. Brokering deals, whether it is sponsorships, whether it is management, recommendations and, management hookups. It's out there, man. A lot of y'all slept on the movement. That's cool. Like I said, continue to sleep, man. But just don't, don't be one of these guys that's on the sideline hating behind the scenes or jealous behind the scenes, talking about what I do on YouTube. Pay attention to what I'm actually doing in real life when it comes to boxing. And thank you, Toby, tonight for some of the comments, because you allowed me to relive just off of this year alone, Ohio and Tulsa, Oklahoma, in New York, some of the things that I have done this year alone in the sport of boxing. Shout out to WCS. I see you up in here as well. I said I was going to jump on your live one day, WCS, and ask you to speak on this. I spoke on it earlier. You probably wasn't in here, but I was like, break down for these guys that never, got a chance to experience shooting with a corral pass, how you are in the locker room able to work professionally as a professional media, whether you're a photographer or a reporter, and get work. I spoke on that earlier as far as the media side of the game. And like, hopefully one day when you're over there doing your thing with the hot grease, I'll jump in the chats and ask you to break down that aspect of the game, because, I was covering a lot of topics tonight. And I also will want for you to cover, actually working a VIP event. I didn't go into that tonight because I felt like I talked too much. But when you actually work a VIP event, Matchroom or Top Rank, because I don't, one thing about me, I was offered to cover the Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, Preston NYC. I declined it. You know why I declined it? And this is no shot at Bud Crawford, because much respect to the Omaha crew, Northside. But I declined it because Earl Spence and covering Team Spence is beneath me now. The same way they try to tarnish my name and my image, the Source Experience, Shaw News Boxing, I'm bigger than that now. But we know what I did do. Being who I am, I folded my press credential over to someone else that got a chance to cover it. But myself personally, me, the Source, the News by Shaw News, I'm bigger than that now. And I talk too much, but the work shows that I'm bigger than that now. He says Shaw News breaking deals from 7-Eleven to 24/7. Hey, I was at 7-Eleven earlier today, man. If you watch my live, and I stopped for break, right? I went to 7-Eleven. Didn't see nobody there, Tob. I couldn't make it happen, man. I couldn't make it happen, man. But I tried, Tob. I tried. But shout out to everybody, and continue to send in the drops. We're gonna use the drops now. We're using the drops, man. This one right here, I think, like I told the young lady, the Shaw News model, this one right here is my favorite.
This is the news by Shaw News. This is the news by Shaw News.
But who always set it off first, right here. Shout out to
Hey
Ring
guys,
Girl.
this is Tiana Tuimukeloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.